Kickoff to the NFL season is just under 2 weeks away, and the sports bettors out there are getting their last-minute futures bets placed. Now, when it comes to futures, some fun bets are the ones where you pick the person to lead the league in a statistical category. Today, we're going to look at several bets in different categories, and we're going to do it with a sports betting analyst for the NY Post. My guy, Erich Richter, joins me for another edition of Hitting the Books. Erich, how you doing? Long time no talk, man.
Oh, man, I'm so excited. 2 weeks out. Football season is here.
It is here, and we'll be talking a lot during the football season. And Erich, everyone likes to talk about quarterback play in the league, and it's fun to see who can put up the most numbers on the board this season. We love to see QBs air it out. So let's talk about the most passing yards in the NFL for the 2023 season. If you had to make a bet, who are you taking to lead the league in passing yards this season?
I'll tell you what, I had to make a bet. I did make a bet. I like Jared Goff to lead league in passing yards. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that Patrick Mahomes, who threw for 5,250 yards last year, I'm not going to say that he's not going to do it. I'm just going to say that Jared Goff at 28-1 to lead the league in passing yards is a total mistake. Goff threw for 4,438 yards last year. Currently he's projected for 3,875. That's his over-under. But when you look at the odds board, that doesn't even really make sense. If his over-under is 3,875, there's other guys on the board, like Aaron Rodgers is 12-1, and he's projected 3,700. So it doesn't really make sense. The correlation doesn't really make sense there. Goff could be found as low as 14-1, but he's 28-1 on FanDuel. I'll take Goff here at 28-1. I think that's a ridiculous line. He threw the sixth most passing yards last year. When it comes to season-long bets, you kind of have to take into account injury equity here. Mahomes misses 2 games. Goff is going to be right there. 28-1. It's just ridiculous.
All right,
take Jared Goff.
28-1, really good odds there. Got to go with Jared Goff. Okay, that's a good one. We're going to stick with the QBs. Let's go the other way with signal callers, and we're going to go with the messing up. That would mean throwing picks. There are some interesting names when it comes to looking at who could lead the league in INT. So who are you rolling with here?
So, I think Josh Allen's a very good player. I think that, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. My issue with Josh Allen is that he will always throw the ball downfield. Josh Allen is always trying to air it out. His average depth of target is 3rd most in the NFL, and the top 2 are not even going to be starting this year. It's Marcus Mariota and somebody else, I forget. But, Josh Allen, he's always airing it down the field. His average depth of target is 9.2 yards per target, which is just crazy far. It's also my issue with James Cook as a fantasy guy here. James Cook really relies on catching the ball, and he just doesn't dump it down. He's always trying to air it out. He threw 15 interceptions the year before last year threw 14, and he also missed some time last year, obviously with the elbow injury. So Josh Allen, he was one off of the lead and he missed a game. Davis Mills, maybe he could do it again, but you expect some positive regression there for Mills. Prescott, same thing. You hope that Dak Prescott plays a little bit better. And then you're really getting into you're going to bet on CJ Stroud, you could, but Josh Allen, he doesn't take safe throws. He's always trying to air it out. So I'll take Josh Allen plus 1,000. It's available everywhere. I'll take Josh Allen for sure.
All right, good value there as well. Josh Allen is a bit of a risk taker from time to time with the throws, so you might see him lead the league in INTs. Okay, for the last thing, we're going to go away from the quarterback position. We're going to look at kickers. Yes, we're talking about kickers here. Which kicker will put in the work and have the most field goals made in the NFL? Erich, what NFL kicker are you putting your money on to win this statistical category?
Well, we're talking about, the bet is on the kicker, but I think I'd actually argue that the bet is correlated to the quarterback again. Lamar Jackson, his red zone percentage last year was pitiful. So I'm going to go with our guy, Justin Tucker. He's not going to miss very many kicks this year. He's probably the best kicker of all time. When you look at Lamar Jackson here, he had the 3rd worst red zone percentage last year. Remember, he was injured for a little bit, but he played 12 games. So it's not like he was out the whole year. His red zone percentage was pitiful. That leads to a lot more field goals. Plus, you get a kicker here who doesn't really miss at all. He also has the longest range. Justin Tucker here is the spot. It's plus 750 on DraftKings. I don't know if Lamar Jackson is that same guy he was in 2019. When he threw for 36 touchdowns and only six interceptions. So, I'm going to go pretty much Justin Tucker plus 750 based on Lamar Jackson being terrible in the red zone, because he is not very good in the red zone right now.
Yeah, no, you make a good point that when you're making that bet, it's more about the offense and how good you think the offense could be in the red zone. And then obviously you need the kicker to be accurate, but it's about how good the offense can be for whatever team you pick in the red zone. So it'll be interesting to see. Jackson does have some new weapons. We will see what he is able to do with that and if Justin Tucker is able to come through. That is Erich Richter. Gave you some really good fun bets in some different statistical categories around the NFL. Eric and I will be doing a lot more betting talk through the upcoming NFL season. Eric, always good to see you. Thank you for the time. We'll talk soon.
Thanks. I appreciate you, man. Let's go.